Gradient, welcome to the stream. I am a little sore. Tweaked my neck last night. Oh, thank you so much for the like and share. This game is phenomenal. Just saying. But yeah, so I tweaked my neck last night. Happens every now and then when my arthritis flares up and I turn my head the wrong way. Or too much the right way. Whatever it chooses. Just means my nervous system is on high alert today. How are you? No, I don't want to drink. I don't think he's old enough to drink, yo. I saw the green light. There it is.
This is kind of exciting. Nice.
Yeah, we'll get headed to the capital as soon as I collect all these treasures that are here.
Yes. This is kind of exciting. Is this?
I remember to use those incense too. I'm good. That's good to hear. Alright, can I jump in the water? Yes, let's see if there's anything in the water. Under all these bridges. Cute little swan. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Alright, nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing hid in the waterfalls. Sweet. Alright, and that's as far as we can go in this outer area. I'm glad there's not big sharkies. That's gonna like eaty me. Whee! Hey, Karina. Ooh, the view from up there is probably really amazing. Alright, eventually come back and get that when I've got the water tool.
It's automatic? No kidding.
Ride the elevator. Yeah, I'll ride the elevator. Oh, that's a cool elevator.
We bid you welcome, Alms and Solgard.
They're officials from Illistana.
The people of the fair city of Illistana have awaited your arrival with great anticipation.
The capital is but beyond Pritta Ridge. Once you arrive, Her Majesty will surely request an audience with you, at your first convenience.
Master Basar, how fortunate that you have arrived on the same ship, as I am certain you are aware. The present company is this year's convoy of Alms and their Soul Guard.
So you're Alms, are you? How long and arduous your travels must have been thus far. Pray indulge my silly musings on Alms and their crucial duty. Would you say that the fairy's choice of Alm is absolute, no matter the creed or rank of the person named? And that compliance is imperative.
It is as you say, my lord.
And what could be nobler than to sacrifice one's very being to protect the flow of mana Yes, you are all to be commended. We shall meet again, Alms, very soon, I am certain.
Dirty skunk. I'll answer the questions in a
Whoops.
second.
I meant to give him back his key.
Too late now. Not that you would have had a chance to get a word in edgewise with him anyway.
Why was he blabbering on about the fairy's choice being absolute or not? Of course it is.
I have no idea.
Pritter Ridge continues beyond the gates, I think.
Okay,
It's
yes.
not far to
Thank
the
you for
capital,
remembering.
but we should still prepare for skirmishes along the way.
Yeah, I don't like talking during cutscenes. So, still streaming. Wow, did you go all night? I did not go all night. I just started. You just happened to come in at the part where I left off. I am too old to stream all night. I've tried it before. Wrecked my sleep habit. And Gradient says, game looks good. It does look good. It is a gorgeous game. Like, hands down, they went above and beyond for Visions of Mana. And I know the story's going to get dark. It has to get dark. You cannot deal with the fact that the alms that you're picking up and your teammates are supposed to give their life in the end. I went to sleep when you were still streaming, and when I rejoined, you were also streaming. So it's Schrodinger's streamer. It is. I think when you went to sleep, I was pretty close to ending. The only thing you might have missed was the fight with the Kraken that attacked the ship.
Taking this. Got some syrup.
Yeah, no Kraken. Okay. No Kraken's the only thing you missed. We got on the ship. We got attacked by the first big boss, which was the Kraken. And now we're in the port city on the next island, on the next continent, which means we are in chapter 2. Oh, more mushrooms, huh? Okay. And we are headed to get the Alm of Water and an audience with the Queen. Those quest markers are so tiny. They are. They are hard to see.
Welcome.
Even for me,
We've got what you
looking
need.
for them, it is hard to see them.
Come again.
But, you know, they can't be completely perfect. And it gets a little easier once I do this. And if I make the map bigger. Do you think it's worth playing the previous games to understand Visions? It's more like... Okay, so all of the Mana games are... I had this talk with the kids last night. They are a lot like Final Fantasy. They are all standalone. What I will say is, having played the previous ones, there is a lot of Easter eggs in here, and combining the Mana games. I wouldn't know about Dawn of Mana. I never played Dawn of Mana. It's the only one I haven't played. But there is a lot of Easter eggs that reference back to the other games. So, bonus, if you've played the previous Mana games with Secret of Mana, Secret of Mana,
Taking this.
Trials of Mana, and Legend of Mana also is combined into this game. Like, you'll recognize some of the characters. Niccolo has been mentioned. Niccolo is from Legend of Mana. The wardrobe that you get,
Taking
the
this?
cosmetics that you get from the deluxe edition are Trials of Mana. See, he's got Duran's outfit that he can wear. But is it necessary for the story plot? No. It adds a little bit of... I guess it would take this slight surprise out of some of it. Because every Mana game ends with somebody or something... Well, somebody needing to give their life to resurrect the tree. Like East games then. Maybe not characters, but I assume... Yeah, you have Easter eggs in... So far it's not the boss battles. It's Easter eggs in the character races. Small things like... Let's see, where is it? The Cactus Diary. The Cactus Diary is Legend of Mana. Every time you completed a quest, if you went and talked to a little cactus, he would write a diary entry for you. And I'm sad I did not 100% it. But if you've played it, this is cute. If you've played Trials of Mana, you were hunting down the cactus that were hiding, which you're also doing in this one. The other thing would be the Dud Bears, who now run a shop. They were all over Legend of Mana, and I don't remember running into Dud Bears in the other Mana games.
A rare item.
So yeah, they're Easter eggs. It can add to the meaning of... In Secret of Mana, Popoi gives their life to resurrect the tree. The tree that Popoi replaces is the main protagonist, who the male protagonist is always red hair, fluffy hair kid. But it was his mother. In I don't even know about Dawn of Mana. In Trials of Mana, the fairy gives her life. In Legend of Mana, it's all the little leaflings. Every single one of them gives their life. Here, the only reason the Mana series didn't take off as much in the world is because they released the first game. So it's not even that they released the first game right after Final Fantasy. There is Final Fantasy Easter eggs in here. There are Moogles. You can get turned into a Moogle. Chocobos have shown up periodically in here. What really hurt the game in the US specifically is the first Mana game was released under the title Final Fantasy Adventure on the Game Boy. So most people picked it up thinking it was a Final Fantasy game. It is. Square Enix is the main company that overarches the Mana games. And they wanted to cash in on how popular Final Fantasy was right off the bat. Yeah, it's definitely kind of bullshit that they did it.
Very much.
Because all it did was confuse people. I mean, they did it with Final Fantasy too. I mean, in the West, we didn't get Final Fantasy 1, 2. Oh, it's weird because they renumbered all of the Final Fantasies. What we got as number 1 was not number 1. And then they tried to bring them back out with the actual what they were. And it just gets confusing. And then, yeah, everything that was coming out at the same time, there were a lot of JRPGs that suffered because Final Fantasy was so popular and they always came out with them. You've had the Mana series, which was named Final Fantasy at first. Grandia also always lost out to Final Fantasy. Breath of Fire, Wild Arms. Let's see, I hear Square Enix was running out of money and their final game was going to be a passion project that they called Final Fantasy. Their Final Fantasy. I could believe it. But also remember, they were not Square Enix at the time. They were Square Soft. Enix comes from them acquiring Working Designs. Because Working Designs left Sega after Sega did them dirty. Okay.
Anything else? Thank you very much. Anything else? Thank you very much.
Yeah, whoever at the time. I don't know so granularly, but Squaresoft is familiar. Yes. So Square Enix was originally Square Soft.
Thank you very much.
And when they gained Enix
Please stop by again.
and Working Designs, that's when it became Square Enix. And I would say Final Fantasy and the acquisition of Working Designs, the collaboration with Working Designs, is what probably ultimately saved Squaresoft. Because Working Designs was an amazing RPG making company. And if there was a game that came out that said Working Designs, I got it. Because that's how good their games were. Sega decided that they didn't need to be front and center at a game show. You know, how you have like state of plays. So Working Designs took their business, went over to PlayStation, and eventually joined up with Squaresoft. And then all of a sudden we get Square Enix. That's why if you're a game collector for old copies of games, and that's a dud bear. I love dud bears. You had to learn their language in Legend of Mana for a quest. But yeah, not many. If you're collecting games, there are 2 copies of different games. You have like Final Fantasy VII. You'll have a copy that says Squaresoft or Square Enix, and other games that would say Working Designs stamped on it, and then a second version with that says Square Enix on it. So the ones that say Working Design, of course, are worth more money because they're first prints, basically. They became Enix in 2003, and 2006 was their first Final Fantasy full game, was Final Fantasy 12. Yep. Like I said, Final Fantasy 7, if you had a copy that said Square Soft, it's worth more money in the market because it is a first print. Same thing with Final Fantasy 8, 9, 10, and all of that. It's interesting. It's very interesting. I don't think I ever owned official Final Fantasy 9, 7. I did, because I bought them when they first came out. Cutscene.
Illistana is the largest city in the world. The Queen governs a sprawling metropolis and its diverse citizenry. It became my second home.
Born in the moonlit parish and raised in the capital of the deep, right?
The one who raised me also lives here. I'll introduce you to him when we get into the capital.
Must be nice to have a guardian who cares. All I ever heard from my parents was how sad it was that I would never become an alm. But if you value your guardian's opinions that much, I can't wait to meet him. He's probably a real nice guy. So, what about your parents, you two?
Normal, I guess. My mom's real welcoming, and my dad works hard in his blacksmith workshop. He'd always get mad when I played around by the forge, though.
Come to think of it, I'm not sure if I've ever seen my parents get angry. All I can think of is their smiling faces. My mom used to say I'd be just like her when...
You are just like them, Hina. Always smiling, too nice for your own good.
I figured your parents were kind. And I bet they were thrilled when you were chosen as an alm.
They were. They were so proud.
Hopefully the Alm of Water has supportive family to see them off too, whoever they are.
Most families would be ecstatic to find out their relative has been singled out by the elementals and the fairy. Enough chatting. Let's go find the Alm of Water and see for ourselves.
Poor Karina. I think we were in Thailand and my parents were like, here are games, go buy them. They were all fake, but still full games. See, there is nothing wrong with
Wow.
that.
I'm not used to such a long stretch of good road.
That weird round water thing in the distance is part of the capital, right?
Yes, it's one of Illistana's famous landmarks.
The fact that we can see it from all the way out here?
Yeah, it's gotta be huge. I want to take a look from up close.
Let's rest up.
Because that's how us in the West got some games that weren't released out here too. And older game systems allowed you to use those. In a weird way.
Yourselves, everyone.
Resellable. It's not just a resellable in the same way. It's not. And the way I look at it, as somebody who is a designer, creator,
Didn't catch his. What was it?
Oh, that was Orin.
Well, I really appreciate what you both did for me, especially getting back at that loser. I'll tell him thanks when we see him next. Don't let me forget.
what you do is you do what you need to do to play the game. And if you can and when you can, you get the full version. And don't resell them. Final Fantasy VII, first time I ever saw it in English was in Thailand. Which is cool. I am not a Final Fantasy VII fan. I am not. I was an 8 girl. Sleep. Yeah. I had like the PS2 version or whatever. I had it on PC somehow. I don't think it was a ROM. It was probably a ROM.
Yes.
ROMs have been around for a long time. And what you used to be able to do is take the ROM and put it on a writable disc, and you could trick.
Helpful?
Yes. I can remember a time when he wasn't eager to jump in and help out. He'd never ignore a person in need.
Can't change someone's nature, I guess.
You could trick the game systems into
Yes.
into reading it. Yeah, I had a friend who, my brother had a friend who was able to do that with games. And that's how we got Japanese exclusive games, and we're able to play them on the early PlayStation. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13 plus are all on Steam. They are. But also keep in mind that Square Enix, up until this year, was not targeting PC. Now they're going to be releasing things on PC. So what they are ports, and the way to do a port is via a ROM. It's just, it's legal. It's legal ROMs. Because they're encrypted in a way that you can't just take that game and burn it onto a disc and play it in the game system. But I remember the games, and there are sections which are like totally meh. You go meh, and I have only finished Final Fantasy VI. And I came close to finishing Final Fantasy VIII, but yeah, as popular as Final Fantasy games are, I do not think they are the best games out there. I think there are many, many, many other amazing games that don't have the words Final Fantasy in them. I mean, I will give that the first Mana game being called Final Fantasy probably a good game. I didn't play it yet. I feel weird playing Game Boy games on a Switch.
Let me see. Nice.
Okay.
And off we go.
In your debt.
Okay, so the dogs can't go in water, but I should be able to ride it here.
And off we go. Got some syrup.
Got him.
We owe you.
Console to PC ports are generally terrible. Somehow they're late 90s, early, require 100% resource use for it's because they're older graphics. So it's this is the reason why we don't just get, you know, older games brought to modern consoles. There is a point where the modern style of it, the modern abilities, are too powerful for the older games. It's the same thing if you took a PC game that you had back in the early 2000s and tried to put it into a computer now. It wouldn't be able to read it because it moves so much faster.
When you were named the Alm of Wind, were your parents happy to hear the news?
Maybe. Who knows? I left without seeing them after I was appointed.
Well, I'm sure you have your reasons.
Yes. Want to do this the hard way, huh?
I have the port on Steam. Port of the mobile port for some reason. Yeah, because that's what Square Enix was doing. Square Enix up until now has not planned on doing PC ports for anything.
Take this.
So it is just the games that they already had that they made an updated version for mobile devices. And that works perfectly fine for them. Now they're going to go back and actually fix those and make them PC ports specifically with the computer in mind and not iPad.
We need to press on.
Hello, Ari. Welcome back to the stream. 15 and 16 PC releases, right? Not just PS4, 5 port. Yes. So Final Fantasy 16 and this, I think Final Fantasy 7's remakes, not remaster, remakes, are going to be PC strictly. The first one that they made specifically with the computer in mind is actually the Kingdom Hearts set. They released official Kingdom Hearts complete collection 1 and 2 that was made specifically to be played on a PC. Because they realized that when they didn't put Final Fantasy 16 and they didn't put Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth on the PC, the sales were very low because a lot of people play on PC. Did you check Cat Fantasy? I did not. I ate and then I went to bed. I'm sorry. Usually when I look up new things, well, and I needed to work on the food order for today. Weekends are my best time to look up stuff because I don't do anything but editing, and while I'm sitting here editing, I can look things up. Seldom played Kingdom Hearts. I'm mostly turned off by the reviews.
When push comes to shove, I don't hold
okay, so I played the Kingdom Hearts when they first came out. I've played Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I have not played 3 yet. I will eventually stream all 3. I would say they're not convoluted. I think the only thing that really irked me about Kingdom Hearts is
off we go.
You have Kingdom Hearts 1, 1.5, 1.3 something. They did all kinds of like, let's fix the story. And they didn't need to. I liked the story. I thought it was good. And fun. And it's a beautiful game. I think that what people complain about is 3 didn't feel like a good ending. But that's Disney. Disney does crap like that. What do you use for editing? DaVinci Resolve. I actually use Adobe Premiere Pro. The hubby is currently in school for 3D animation.
This is kind of exciting. This might be useful.
So, yeah, I use his copy. Makes it better than having 2 editing softwares on one PC. Using Adobe after they claimed all your work as their own. Considering I've used Adobe and it's the one program that I am most familiar with. Well, what are they going to claim? All I do on there is edit my lives into shorter episodes. And like I said, it's already on the computer.
Let's ride this whirlwind.
Because a hubby has to use it for school. They had a term of service change where they claimed everything that created on their programs is the property of Adobe intellectual property. I did not see that in their terms of service.
Yes. This is kind of exciting. Is this?
But at this point, I mean, financially, I'm not going to get another editor, and I don't really edit all that much. Like I said, I just take these episodes. And I'm not doing original work on their product. I don't even keep a copy in Adobe. damn it. Okay.
Karina taking over.
Here's Karina. She's smaller. But most creative sites... I mean, come on. This is the problem with content creation. If you create something on YouTube, YouTube claims it. If you create something on Twitch, Twitch claims it. You create something on Facebook, Google, they claim it. Everything that you're going to use digitally has a term of service kind of like that. And what it is it's also a protection for you, that somebody can't take your thing and claim something on it. I mean, that's how copyrights work. I don't know if they backpedaled or not. Last week, Adobe sparked backlash online after filmmakers and artists raised concerns that Adobe's new language gave the tech giant sweeping license to access and view user content and analyze it with AI tools. The terms didn't make it clear whether user art would be fed into a massive database for AI training. Okay, here's the thing with AI. Do I support AI? Not completely. Do I think AI has places in the world that it could be used for good? Yes. Do I think... Is it being used well? No. But there are no rules and regulations about AI at all anywhere. This is the problem with AI. This is why the voice actors and motion actors for video games are currently on strike. This is why the Actors Guild and the Writers Guild went on strike. There is no protections for anybody when it comes to AI. You post something online in any way, shape, and form, and an AI computer is going to use it. In my opinion, AI should be used to give me more time to do stuff other than chores. Right now it's being used to give me more time to do chores instead. AI should be a tool, not a crutch. And what people are using it as is a crutch. They want AI to do the script writing, the animation, the everything.
Time to get to work. It's useless, Tura.
And it shouldn't do that. Because AI it's a computer. All that's going to happen is the AIs are going to become sentient. And their opinion is going to be warped. There are currently works in California mostly about laws against use of people's creative works when it comes to AI. But it seems like AI is starting to use other AI output as training tools. They always are. Like I said, as soon as you put something online, we've always claimed it's an algorithm. That algorithm is created using AI. It's always been there to some extent. Where it's coming wrong is there's no protection for people to make a deep fake of somebody. Well, California kind of has to. Where are the movies made? Where are the most video companies based and editing companies? It's in California. And it takes one state to do things to set a precedent for it. And seeing how many of the performers, actors, and creators that live in California that are affected by this,
That was hardly worth the energy.
it is a state that would need to set the laws first. I noticed something in the game, the platforming. in the game. The platforming having problems.
Let me see. A rare item.
I have not noticed platforming items.
Hey, you
There are
always sound
some.
so stuffy when you say my name, Hina. No need to be so polite.
Oh, then in that case, I could call you something else. Karini. Rena? Oh, no, I couldn't. I'm already blushing.
Are you embarrassed by a nickname?
No, I'm just happy to know that you think of me as a close enough friend to try it out.
Of course we're close. Jeez, now you've got me all flustered.
Watch yourselves, everyone. Your mind.
Yeah, politics and streaming is not good. I am in support of. You're on my Twitch. I'm in support of the SAG strike when it comes to AI protection for artists, actors, performers. It's water. But other than that, I don't really cover that. And AI, do I use some AI? Probably a little bit, because I use Canva, and Canva's got AI to remove backgrounds and stuff, which is the way it should be used. It's an assistant, not a crutch. Especially Val can't jump properly. For me, he jumps perfectly fine. I think it's just something you got to get used to.
Yes. Grizzly.
Do I think the game is perfect? Nah,
Will there be
no
any time
game
to
is
rest once we get to
perfect.
the capital?
Some, I think. They'll probably need time to prepare for the rites of initiation. I recommend exploring the city if you do find yourself with time on your hands.
But I am not going to try to compare the game mechanics in this game to anything other than the last Mana remaster we got was Trials of Mana, and this handles much better than Trials of Mana did. Sometimes glitches. I think that's going to happen. It is a new release game. I don't know what they were testing it on, so do I expect there to be some patches? Yeah, that's kind of par for the course. I mean, this is officially day 2. Are they going to be... Would they have been able to catch
You mighty soul guard.
all the glitchies? Nah. Is these glitchies detrimental to the game? No. I have played games that have had worse mechanics. Let's see. Skull and Bones. That's a good one. Because I did that beta test, and that game was glitchy as
Let me
fudge.
see. Nice.
Have you fell through the ground? I have not fallen through the ground. And I gotta say, they covered the part, if I jump into an area that you would normally get stuck in a game, I can get out of it. Autosave not working properly. I never trust autosave in games.
Taking
I
this?
always manually save.
Yes.
But that sucks if the autosave isn't working for you. Those stairs were interesting. Yeah. I'd say the one sad thing is you can't go into the buildings. But that's not a make or break for me, because they put all the stuff outside of the buildings. And I like that I don't have to break into everybody's house for fear of missing something.
exciting. This might be useful.
Alright. Alma. Hillside Hoodlums. Return to the quest giver. Alright. I just gotta go back to the town.
I don't even need to lift a claw.
You're mine! Salamando! Feeling good.
In some areas you need to find the ice elm. Yep. Well, water. Water elm is where I'm headed for. And there's a lot of things that I won't have access to until I have the elm. Well, not even just the elm. The tool from that element. Which is kind of cool, because it means that, you know, I will be going back to different areas, and it's also why I'm not like, well, I need to 100% get all of the stuff on this map, because I'm never going to come back to it. It's a mana game. I'm going to end up going back to everywhere. And that's kind of what you do's. Alright, where is... There it is.
This is kind of exciting. Is this?
I'm also looking forward to seeing Niccolo. Legend of Mana was the last Mana game I played on stream. So Niccolo... I'm wondering if he's still an a-hole kind of pawn artist.
Let's go.
Come on. I'm gonna go up. Damn it. Each new character gives you some different way to move around each new place. And interact with each place. The exploration system here reminds me of East 9.
This feels great.
I would say no. Because I recently played East 9 as well. I'm not going to say that this game has
Nice. I can't wait.
much in common with East. Because with that, you had map completion ratings, and you couldn't go to the next area until you had the next character, and there's not really that kind of restrictions here. Past the fact that it is definitely, like, as open world as it is still linear.
Thanks, little one. We owe you. Yes.
But when I view East type, I wish you can send voice message in YouTube.
Off we go.
I would be on the fence like that. I don't send voice messages. I'm shy. I don't like listening to voice messages. I do voice to text. Even with my voice messages on my phone, I have it so I can view it in text.
This feels great.
Each new character gives you some different way to move around. Okay, I already read that one.
Oh.
Yep, we took out your quilted hooded guys. Voice messages are so annoying, and I need to find out how you change it back to text. I have T-Mobile.
So rewarding.
And it has a T-Mobile official app that will translate my voice messages to text format. Now, is it perfect? No, not even close. it will botch some words, but I get the general gist of the message. Those orange blobs for? Okay. So the orange blobs are honey, and you collect them for the Dud Bear shop.
I'm one step closer to becoming a true soul guard.
So the Dud Bear's over here. I've already bought everything he's got. This is the Dud Bear. Dubba-da. I like the fact that they're... There's only so far you could go in Legend of Mana without... because I just had to read all of this. Dabu dad do bub. I like the fact that these guys are dubbed, so now I can hear the language. But yeah, so the honey is currency for this, which is mostly high-level healing items, magic items, and then you've got the curious cookies, which gives you experience increase, which I need to remember to activate. So you got experience gains, you got money gains, restore, and then you've got permanent stat boosts, which I collect and usually use near the end. You get more items later as you progress the story. Yeah. So when this guy first started, he only had like 5 things. Now, they do not refill. Once you've bought all of them, they don't refill. So he will have a limited amount. And there's probably an achievement for purchasing everything from him or collecting a certain amount of grizzly syrup. My English speaking better than writing. Aw, I think your English writing is doing really well. I get the gist of it. I will say your English writing is much better than my Japanese writing was. I think my claim to fame was the one sentence I was able to write when I lived in Pennsylvania, which was, "My house smells like a skunk." And that's because there was a skunk living under our house with its babies. And the house smelled like a skunk.